Is she filming though?
Did you start? Bruh!
Bruh!
What's up, gentlemen?
This is the bruh moment. We're just being bros in here. So today
We're
it's.
fucking idiots. Why don't we call this the Gentleman's Club?
I don't
Alright,
know.
fucking bruh.
Bruh.
Welcome to Bro Moment. Today we
It's-
got faux topics for
Yeah,
today.
it's Big Dak
Faux
and
faux.
Big Alex and Big Chef. And today we're going to talk about vending machines and Inspector Gadget's penis and Mark Wallace with an eye and the email.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Alright. First we got vending machines. Dak, I'm gonna let you start this one.
Alright, yeah, this was a pet peeve of mine. The vending machines are some bullshit because, like, we got the vending machine right down the hall and everything's $1.25, but you get so much more value in certain choices than you do for the other. Like, if I'm buying a bag of fruit snacks for $1.25, I'm getting a bunch of individual fruit snacks, but if I'm buying 2 Reese's peanut butter cups, that's only 2.
It's only 2 though.
It's only 2.
Two Reese's peanut butter cups for how much? $1.25.
Like, it makes sense that I'm getting 2 Pop-Tarts for that much money because Pop-Tarts are large and in charge.
But the cups.
The cups are not that big. Big or small for today.
Dog,
Small folk
sometimes,
today.
sometimes I try and buy Starburst, and like there's an empty space in front of it, and that's happened more than once. I don't understand, dog.
So we gotta pay $3.50 for 1 Starburst.
Yeah, you gotta
Right.
pay the man extra
One
money.
single
for
fucking
yo
Starburst?
No, it's like the one of the big tubes.
Shut
of
the
a lot.
fuck up. You know what I was talking about.
okay.
I was
That's-
making a joke here, but you gotta fucking
Yeah, well.
gotta be pragmatic on my ass. Alright. Vending machines.
Yeah, that's us mad at vending machines. So the way I've
Let's talk about the
resolved
drinks,
that
dude.
we should. Oh, the drinks are fucking ridiculous
Drinks are
price.
fucking
$1.75?
ridiculous price, dude. $1.75.
And then the Starbucks ones are like $2.75, man.
$2.70.
You just paying for that mermaid lady on the bottle, man. It ain't
That's
even good.
it, dog.
Unfortunate. Anything else we got to complain about vending machines?
$2.75 for a
Yeah,
double
really?
shot of espresso? Come on, man. I can do a line of Adderall for less than that, and that would probably be more effective than any
I
amount of
would
caffeine
imagine.
I put in
Probably
my body.
definitely more effective,
Yes.
dog.
Okay.
Unless I'm shooting up the caffeine like it's fucking heroin, then why am I paying $2.75 for it? That's all I gotta say.
$2.75 for your heroin.
$2.75.
Connecticut. Alright.
Inspector Gadget's penis.
Inspector Gadget.
So we were talking about Inspector Gadget like a couple days ago, and we were talking about his coolest abilities. And I was like, "You think Inspector Gadget got that like robo like propeller helicopter dick?"
I think he could just add length and girth to it as he pleases.
Is it made of metal though?
No, dog.
Do it matter, though?
I don't know. Because is it like Elastigirl's limbs or like a robo limb? Because like that makes a difference.
I think outer is flesh, and he's just expanding it from within.
Oh, I see. So it's like a flesh covering on his metal penis.
Yeah.
Okay. So is Inspector Gadget capable of reproduction?
No.
No, he's a fucking robot.
I thought he was only half robot.
I don't know Inspector Gadget's origin story, actually.
Yo, you know who would probably
I never
know?
saw Inspector Gadget,
Inspector
gotta keep it
Gadget
real with
canon, Brendan.
Let's call the expert.
Let's call the expert Brendan and ask him for some Inspector Gadget lore.
I knew he had the helicopter head. That's all I knew about the movie.
Do you have the
He wore a
helicopter
trench
head?
coat.
The second one was rated G for general audiences. I don't know what the first one was rated.
Gee, for
Probably
gay
G.
leader.
G for gay. Dude.
G
If your
for
movie's
gay
rated gay, I'm
leader.
not trying to watch it.
Scott's out
there's-
the window.
Scott is out the window. That's a bra moment right there.
Brahmo.
Bruh!
We do it,
Scott, what's your opinion on Inspector Gadget's penis?
And
On
then-
Inspector Gadget's penis? Who is Inspector Gadget?
The one.
Alright, that's all we need to do.
What do you
Thank
think
you,
about
Scott.
vending machines?
I'm sorry?
What do you think about vending machines?
Vending machines, they're practical, they're convenient, but
No,
if-
okay, get out.
Unpopular opinion.
Yeah, he's
we don't
saying he
fuck
had a
with.
butt
Get out
at
of
the
the
end of that sentence.
No, but I was going to say, if you have the opportunity to plan ahead, if you know what you would generally want ahead of time, it is a good idea to buy whatever you're going to want at a place other than a vending machine because they're cheaper. Vending machines mark up the price because they're convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a markup, but
That's
you
what
know,
you gotta pay $2.75 for a Starbucks double shot, bro.
for Starbucks.
Why
Well,
do
you
Starbucks
deserve
when
to.
you can do heroin?
Because
Move over,
it's another
Xanax.
convenience
Here
fee,
comes
you know?
heroin.
It's another convenience fee. Heroin is more expensive because it is more convenient. Because you'd have to think how much Starbucks double shot you would have to consume to have even close to the amount of heroin. To have even close to the amount of euphoria that heroin would give you. So heroin's convenient because it gives you all this euphoria in a tiny little
You know what
package.
gives me euphoria? A bag of 7-layer dip combos from the gas station down the street right after I take out some money from the ATM.
From
That gas
after I
station.
take some money
After
from
I
the
take out my
After I
heroin
rob
money
it.
for the
After I
ATM.
take
After
out
I
some
pull
money
out
from
my
the register.
AK-47 rocket launcher combination and rob the gas station, that's what brings me ecstasy.
We were supposed to talk about a movie I never watched, but
Oh, I thought we were talking about Mark Wallace.
Scott, you should
Oh,
stay because
Mark
you
Wallace.
watched it with us.
Yes,
Yeah,
guys.
Mark
Yeah,
Wallace.
we're
That was
talking
a-
about.
was
Scott's
a-
the expert on Mark
take a
Wallace.
seat.
Yes,
Scott.
I've seen 0 of his films.
This
I've
is,
seen a film about him, but
This is Scott, adult film expert. And
Sure.
All right, so we watched this porno.
no,
we watched this
Correction.
documentary
It was a
about
documentary.
porno.
it was
Watch a
rated R,
documentary.
not X.
About porno.
Called Marked for Death about
Mark Wallace. So that dude pretty much had the HIV virus, and then he just gave it to some people.
Yeah.
Gave it to a bunch of porn stars.
Yeah.
It was very clear that the movie made its mind up that he was guilty, even though
There was
the-
some
like-
ambiguity, as Professor Daniel Gangleader Lanzetta would say.
Yes, Professor Leader would say that there was ambiguity because there was some of the results. One of his HIV tests, it said he was a 49-year-old female, which would lead people to believe that it was a forged test. But then a guy at the clinic said, "Oh, we had a big mix-up. You know, it was possible that
big
it got
mix-up.
mixed up, but." You know, like a guy like Mark Wallace, who said he could be rolling. He's on government. You know, he's on the assistance.
I remember when
So
he said
he
he
could
was
probably
looking
give
at the trailer park
give that
now.
other dude his whole check. You know, give him his whole check, make him say that, try to clear his name. Maybe he can go back in there as a condom exclusive actor. Maybe call him Mark the Wrapped Up Wallace. That's an idea.
Mark Rubber Dick Wallace.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
But yeah,
he, like-
basically he got AIDS and then gave AIDS to a bunch of people and they all hated him for it, but then they found out it was an accident.
So like he Magic Johnson, except Magic Johnson never actually gave AIDS to other people.
And Magic Johnson wasn't a porn star.
Yeah, and also people actually like Magic Johnson now.
Yeah, but Magic Johnson, that's the perfect porn name.
Dude, oh man, I'm surprised Magic Johnson wasn't a porn star, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, it's like, baby,
So
I
almost
got
like
this
he
child
has
right. We
HIV.
got this
Let me
baby
show you
right
my
here.
Magic Johnson.
No, like his parents were like, baby, we got this child right
You
here.
know his name's Irvin, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nickname. I always figured that was a nickname, but since but since he is of African descent, and those of inner city African descent will often choose nickname or names that are less accustomed to regular English.
Like Jazz Butler.
Yeah, that's Lil Tracy.
You know,
That's
it's
young
that thing.
bra.
One could easily
Young
miss.
Bra.
Young Brahmo.
Is J Rock his real name?
Heroin.
J-Rock.
His name is Chaz.
I mean,
dude.
I'm not talking about Young Bro, we're talking about J-Rock.
Oh.
I mean J Mac.
J-
Who
no,
lives
that's
up
Mac
there?
Nah, his
That's
name
not
is
his real
Justin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you name a bunch of people.
Alright.
We've really gone off track here.
That's fine.
We're off a perk today for your expertise.
We should probably get to the email because this might take a while.
What's the email?
The email.
This is the
fine,
email.
yeah.
This is
Scott.
excellent.
All right.
This is comedy gold. I would like to preface the email
Yes, it is.
by giving you a little bit of backstory. This is an email written to my friend by a admirer, and
secret
pretty much
admirer, or-
basically he's monkey, and this is hilarious, and we're gonna
Alright.
analyze it.
Yeah, so
sentence by sentence.
the admirer.
He who
quote
shall not
today,
be named.
He who shall not be named.
But do we
is
know
a
his
34
name?
year is a we know his name,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
they won't know his name.
No.
It's a 34-year-old man from the Netherlands.
Well, you just gave it away.
We're gonna call it young.
We're gonna call him Young Bra.
We're gonna call him Young P for today.
Yeah, okay. So he begins with a paragraph that says, Sydney, spelt wrong. and then Sydney spelt correctly, both followed by question marks. Now, I would like to make it clear that the very first word in this pseudo love note is that her name is spelled completely fucking incorrectly.
He does it so condescending, like, Sydney? Sydney! Fuck that, dude. Alright, get reading.
Alright, so it begins with American women are really terrible and they lie constantly and I can't stand it. This was written out word for word, by the way, copied from the original pictures. I have been lied to for so many years that I just can't stand it at all. I'd like to believe that because your mother speaks several languages, that you are different from other girls.
That doesn't make sense.
Pause. Freeze frame. Why does he think that?
Well, because
What the fuck?
because it makes sense. Because you said he was a guy from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then maybe he thinks. What do they speak in the Netherlands? Dutch.
Netherlandese.
Yeah, maybe he thinks that all English speakers are bad because I hear
He speaks
that
English. He's
that,
bad.
yeah, that people from England have a bad rep amongst
People from England have a bad rep.
around a bunch of Europe because you think they're just a separate island. They think they're all kings. They think they can leave the EU, even though it's probably not going to happen. They voted on it 2 years ago, and it still hasn't happened. So I would call that Brexit. I would call that a big bruh moment because there was a referendum 2 years ago and it hasn't happened. So either do
Scott,
it.
I don't think we have time for this every sentence.
All right, my bad. There's 2 pages worth. You better get reading.
Yes. Anyway.
Alright, yeah, basically he should date the mom.
So basically, the monkey. I know you are busy with work, but I cannot believe that you are interested in me but not willing to make time for me. Many, 3 times, American, lowercase a, women have kept me on the hook while dating other men, and I cannot forgive this ever. Never.
I would just like to remind the audience that this is a written over fucking email, too.
By
Yeah,
a
he did
34-year-old man.
Gave out his email, dog.
I have met a lot of people, and no one compares to me. That's such a fuck. I hate that.
I
line.
compare to him because, you know what, I have a phone.
I compare to him because I have an email address as well. I think from even our short conversation, that would be evident. You mean to tell me that you had a conversation with me and do not know immediately that no one in the universe compares to me?
You do not know that I am the best man from the Netherlands. They call me Mr. Netherlands.
The greatest human being of all time, young P. The idea that a girl would entertain other males when I was willing to date her is inconceivable to me.
Inconceivable.
And unforgivable.
Unforgivable.
If you don't think I'm better than anyone you have or ever will meet, we can certainly talk about that. Allow me to convince you otherwise. Allow me to explain why I am young P, the greatest human being on the planet.
This is my 4th time reading this, and it's so fucking
It's
funny.
so funny. But not if it's some lying game like those of American women. Oh, dude, we should have kept a counter on the board for every time he says American women and email.
That's okay. Keep reading.
You win some, you lose some.
I cannot deal with liars, nor can I deal with people who see kindness, civility, and empathy as weaknesses.
Alright, pause. That last sentence,
That has nothing to do
that
with
has nothing to do with anything he said before that. Or anything about the interaction he had with Sydney.
Okay, so this upcoming paragraph is an entire paragraph about her grandma. That's not a joke. Perhaps, unlike every other girl I have ever met in America, you are not lying, but must stay with your grandmother and cannot leave for any amount of time to get to know me. If this were the case, perhaps we could all play cards together sometimes? Is your grandmother fond of cards?
Does your grandmother know how to play the pokers?
I would like to make it clear that "is your grandmother fond of cards" was actually written in the email. That was not me ad-libbing.
Whoa, wait. So are you saying some of this was ad-libbed?
Just usually when I turn to Nate and start
Okay.
talking in the foreign voice.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
Most of what he said is word for word
Yeah,
what's
this-
on this fucking email.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Alright.
But my life is too stressful, and I have been lied to for too many years to waste my time thinking about a girl who can't see what's in front of her and doesn't think I'm worth making time for. That was one sentence.
What? Though all 3 lines?
That entire thing was one sentence that I just said. If you cannot email me today and make plans to see me, then I am not interested. I know what I'm worth. Yet he's taking the time to write out this email.
Plans to see. He's still. Wait, this guy's in the. He's not just from the
No,
Netherlands.
no, no, no,
in
he's
the
in
Netherlands.
America now.
Oh, okay.
But like he's really living in a society right now.
Where in America is
He's living, I don't know, probably in the
Is
society.
he from Gaylordsville?
Heroin.
Heroin.
He's in the society part. Are you a fool who thinks I'm a fool and don't know what I'm worth? Or that you have the right to tease any guy you meet and lead them on for your own fun? Alright, Netherlands man, in America, you do have that right.
And also, her exercising that right was trading emails with him.
Yes, we will get to that. Are you insensitive and didn't pick up on my stress and are trying to increase your perceived value to me by stringing me along? Couldn't you tell I was stressed by that one conversation and you don't want that saved my life?
Do you not care about my feelings?
My feelings
Do you
are the
not
most...
know how I am feeling
Young
and wish
P
to care for me?
has the most important feelings on the planet. Are you feeding your ego off me to attract other males' interest? I don't know, I don't care. A decent person doesn't take someone else's email for fun with no intention of replying. You say, I am interested, and send your own email, or you say, I'm sorry, I am not interested, and you don't accept the email in the first place. Your choice. I know most Americans don't have morals, but that's just how it is.
I feel like email has a bit of a stronger connection to like interpersonal relationships than it does here.
Email has a bit of a 2004 Spy Kids vibe.
Yeah, because
I feel like that's not even a fucking thing in the Netherlands. I feel like you don't go to the fucking coffee shop or wherever the hell.
And exchange your
Fucking
email
said he was
with
gonna be like,
because he's
hey baby, let me get your Gmail. I'm gonna hit you up with my yacht.
Allow me to fax you a picture of my penis.
I feel like he's treating an email like the key to her house or something.
The key,
You gave me this and then do not expect me to
the
use
key
it?
to his heart is his email address. Of course, I do feel like a fool having overestimated you to such an extreme. I probably shouldn't have offered you my email in the first place.
Do you think I am a fool, Sid?
Bruh.
Burn of the century. That's a bra moment.
Moment.
She said, he said, you're not worth my email address, lady.
Bruh.
But everything is already upside down in the world. You know, with all those kids dying in Africa and all that chaos politically in the Middle East, and also young P not getting an email back.
Yeah, that's comparable to 9/11. Maybe even 9/11 too.
Scott's not a regular on our podcast.
I'm sorry.
Good old porno expert Scott.
Scott, anytime you walk by, feel free to.
Anytime we're talking about a porno,
Yeah,
feel free to
please
walk in.
feel free to come in. We're talking about 9/11 too.
9/11 pornos, double expert.
Oh boy. And I have no choices in America.
Son of a sea.
Scott, stop, please. That would be the other reason I thought we could get along. Your experience babysitting the children of the rich. I thought you might understand on some level that their children are worthless, that their relationships are failures, and that their wealth comes from theft. They don't care about each other or their children. The men are weak, the women selfish.
These
What?
weak nets, they do not know how to raise the children and care for the women.
That's the
like
moment when you're
me,
writing it-
Mr. Email
Young
himself.
When you're writing an email to a woman and all of a sudden it just turns into the Communist Manifesto. It's fucking ridiculous.
The rich, they are stealing! These young children are products of theft!
Bruh!
Bruh!
Capitalism.
Bruh. I'm sorry to be impatient if you happen to be the one decent girl in the entire country, a characteristic I don't know you possess as of yet. However, I am simply too stressed and need a break, and thinking about a girl against my will who isn't there for me is not a break. That's not her fault. Like she has no effect over how much he thinks about.
No, she clearly does.
I have an
she gave her his
obsessive
email.
obsession with you, and you cannot
Indulge my
fucking
obsession?
Indulge that for me?
What the
You
fuck is
cannot-
wrong with you?
No, she clearly expressed her
How do
interest.
you
He
know?
gave her email.
It's a torture I have
You
endured for
cannot
too many
accommodate
years.
my obsessions like that.
Oh, and then this is formatted real weird, so he wrote his name, Young P. And he said, if you have made a mistake and were not intentionally misleading me, and then he left his email, youngp@rocketmail.com. Not his actual email, by the way.
youngp@rocketpenis.com.
At inspectorgadgetpenis.com.
I didn't know that was his name. I thought that was addressed to a whole different person.
Boy,
Nah,
first
dude,
off-
that's his name,
boy.
another sentence, his email, then the last
Okay,
paragraph.
well, first off, who was this addressed to
This
Our
was
friend
to
Sydney.
addressed to my friend Sydney.
To your friend
There's
Sydney.
one more paragraph. So many women have pretended to write down my email. When I had a cell phone, so many women pretended to take my number, or gave me fake numbers, or were completely uninterested when I called them, counter to the enthusiasm they first expressed, etc., etc. So in case you didn't really take my email or couldn't take my email while we were at work, the other women there didn't like me talking to you for some reason. Maybe you don't like me because she doesn't like me? There it is. Please drop me a note by the end of the day.
Maybe the other people working there didn't like you talking to Sydney because you're a 34-year-old foreign man who's just trying to exchange emails with some girl at wherever the fuck Sydney works.
I love the fact that he ended it with, please drop me a note by the end of the day.
He gave her a fucking deadline.
That has like such
She
an
gave her
ominous-
a-
He's so confident. He's got a
Yeah,
vendetta.
what if he said, please drop me a note by the end of the day, or else
Well, then that's grounds
I'll
for
have to
fucking
go
arrest.
sicko mode on you.
Alright, basically Peter going sicko.
So, you weren't supposed to say his name.
I'm gonna say his fucking last name, it doesn't fucking matter.
Nah.
You don't see Peter. Who the fuck is from the Netherlands and isn't named fucking Peter? Let's just put that out there.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Not Peter.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
I have a question.
Ask
What's your
question.
question?
How,
You're the camera woman, you
where?
get to ask.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, first of all, where does she work?
I don't know.
Secondly, why did she give him her email?
You want me to tell my millions of subscribers that information? How dare you?
I mean, some
10 of them.
dude
I have
starts
41.
talking. I feel
Shut
like she was just like indulging him.
Did he ask for
Indulging his
her
obsession.
email, or like did he want her number? But she.
I feel like he started
gave
talking to her and
email?
she started talking to him like
Because
as
like,
a formality.
you're at work.
But, like,
then
she wasn't-
Let me get your email.
Well, maybe she works at a place where like she works on commission, so she's like, yeah, I'll get your email, and guess what? If you buy this $300 toaster, I'll get 30 of those.
Oh yeah, by
towers.
the way, Sydney works at the $300 toaster store.
Yes. now with $500 toasters.
$300 toaster or $500 toaster for today?
Okay, and then my next question is, did she respond?
Not that I know of.
This is the
She's
form
got
of
till the end of the
response.
day to
Peter,
drop a
I would
note.
imagine
I'm
the
coming
answer
for
is
you.
we about to go sicko mode on the Netherlands. The entire country.
Yes.
Entire country.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
just,
gonna go
we'll
sicko
just
mode.
show up.
How old is the girl?
She's in college.
21.
21?
Yeah,
20
when
or
college
21.
doesn't mean anything.
Wait, it's a good thing that she's not 18. Alright.
I have a person in my English class with Gang Wiederlandzetta. You were there too.
That class
yeah.
don't exist
She'd be
anymore.
older than all of us
Mhm.
combined.
Oh, she was in Lanzetta's class?
Yeah, Gang
Someone-
Wieder.
Cool.
She was a Gang Wieder too.
Anybody else got anything to say about
I have one
Interest.
more thing to say. Bruh!
The temperature
That's silly,
increased by
dog.
half a degree since the last time I looked.
Yeah, dude, I'm sweating right now. It's so hot in here.
I know, dude. It's like
What, you got like
that's
2
a
layers
problem.
on. You could-
I'm gonna take my
Maybe
pants
I'm
off.
naked under this guy.
Maybe I'm naked under my
No, you
nose.
ain't.
Scott.
They didn't need to know that.
Once this podcast over, we could take our clothes off.
Yes. Let's start right now.
All right,
Cut the
so
video,
thank
cut the
you
video,
for coming
cut
to
the
Bro
video,
Moment.
Cut the video.
This
Cut
is
the
a
video.
new episode of National Terrorist. We got Alex, we got Dak, we got, you know, the classics on
You know.
No.
No, Luca. Cut the video.